G'day, we're back here on Sam's bike. Now this camera should behave and follow me because I've got an auto tracking. So I'm here with Sam's bike here. There we go. You see me? How good's that? Hey, technology. So what the plan of attack is today, I've got to take the tank, which is up here. I might put it on that table actually. We'll get this tank down. There we go. So I'm just trying to think of things that take the longest to get sorted. So this tank's not bad nick. You hear that? That's the dog trying to get in because she knows that the fire's on. Give me a second. Bloody Bella. Yeah, how's that for a rude interruption, eh? She doesn't care, just straight out. Anyway, so we're taking this tank. We're going to get it blasted, but before we take it to the blaster, I've got a plug. I'll show you that in a second. A special plug goes in there to stop any grit from going there. And I'll just pop a bung in the bottom there, stop any grit in there. I'll also, in here, see this little tiny hole here? If you follow that hole from there, goes right up to here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a bit of whip snipper cord, 2mm cord, and leave it in there while they blast it and paint it. Now, there's a method to my madness because we don't want grit getting stuck in there or paint or anything else. We want that pipe to be completely free. That's your breathing pipe for your tank. If that is a block, you've got all sorts of issues. And it's like, oh, I was riding my bike and got K down the road and I stopped. What's wrong with it? Is it my stator? It's not your stator. Check your breather. Anyway, so we're going to plug this up, take it down there, and we'll go on from other plans. This is my little tank cap sealer. So I've just got this threaded little bar thing and it hooks in here, right, like that. Whoop, hang on. You missed that. Do it again. See, it just hooks in like that. Then I hold it up and I can't do it while you film. I'll just tighten this up. Not perfect, but you know what? It stops the grit from going in there. Still got to put the string in there and we're going to put the bung on the bottom side. Found these kit on eBay, just silicone buns. We'll stick that in there and then we'll just put some stuff around there. I'm not worried about this one because that's just a drain hole. That's quite big. If you block that up, you've got problems. There you go. There's that green cord I was telling you about. So I've got it sticking out here a little bit and I'm just poking out there. So you can see I've put some tape around the bun. So that's ready to go. I stoked. This thing came up pretty good. Oh, look at that. That's what came out when I poked the green cord through there for a little bit of soapy water to make it go through. I don't want to use WD-40 because it's getting painted. This shock here will go to a wonderful fellow by the name of Keir Watson. You might know him. So he's going to refurbish this for Sam as a road one. I can't let this go. Standard shock. We're doing the front, we'll do the back as well. So I'll get that to the blaster, pack that up for Keir, and we'll get back and we'll play with some threads. That is the pile of stuff that comes off Sam's bike. That's got to be cleaned, restored, tested, checked out before it goes back on. There's a lot of work just in that bucket alone. So my plan today is to my madness, right? So I want to fix all these funny threads, the ones I just showed you here. You know, there's a tank front mount, H-frame mount. There's a side fairing mount. I want to fix all the threads so any swarf, any sort of stuff can be blown away and it's not getting caught on fresh paint. So at the moment, the only thing is fresh is the back wheel, but I can cover that up. It's not going to affect it, but I don't want, you know, brand new headers sitting down here, like brand new powder coated headers with swarf going in there or brand new painted tapper cover gasket, right? A painted tapper cover. So what I'll do is I'll do the threads, fix them up, blow it all down, then I'll strip the front end. I've got some glass shot at the moment in the cabinet, so I'm going to tackle all the alloy stuff before I'll change over to the blasting stuff for the paint. So I've got the calipers here, so I'll strip them today and I'll start blasting. I just want to blast these, they're alloy, I can blast them. And then I've got to strip down the resets. I'll show you, I think I've shown you before, but we can do it again. Just going to strip these down and check for straightness. I can really see this one's got a slight tweak in it. And I'll show you my method of checking for tweakness. And then once we're happy with it, we'll blast that in the glass bead to make that alloy come up brand new again. And also the rear master cylinder. The rear master cylinder, front master cylinder, calipers are all getting rebuilt with new seals. So we're going to save the pistons and yeah, once these are built, we've got to strip these down, but we've got to blast some paint and let the paint dry. So it's a crazy system, but it will work. Hang in there. Yeah, so it's day 2 because yesterday I dropped a tank off to friends blasting, and they actually messaged me yesterday afternoon and they said, hey mate, tank's ready to go. I was like, wow, cracker. So I picked it up today. I won't tell you how much I paid because that's my price. My price and your price are different, right? But here's their little spill somewhere here. Put it right there. Go see Steve and the boys if you want to get blasted. We'll have a look at the tank in a second. I've also managed to drop off the shock to Kia Watson. So that's been posted in the mail, the spare one I got, so we can get that service. We want a road shock for young Sam. So let's have a look at this tank now. There you go, it's really good. So Steve put this in 2-pack epoxy so it won't flush rust. So you can see it's got a few dents in the side. Little one here. This would be the hardest one to get out up here, I reckon, from the H-frame. And of course there's always that one on the side there. But overall, it's actually not too bad. And I think there was a crutch one. So there you go, it's a crutch one. In hindsight, I should have put some bolts where the tank bolts line up, but that's fine. I can just tap that later on, Fred tap, and there's my little string there. So I'll do something else now. I just want to show you something here, what I'm doing here. So I've just popped a new rubber on the tank for now, and you can see that is the back is centered perfectly, right? So that's where the tank's got to be. When you come to the front, look where that bolt hole is. It's very much to the left upper, so we're going to fix that. We're going to centralize that hole, and that's worn out. So that's one of the yucky jobs I've got to do on this now. So let's get it. Yeah, look at that. I was able to tap out. As you can see the thread there, and you can see that's part of the snap bolt. So when they drilled it, it went off, and that's why it's so out. So now I'll just keep working this this piece here of the thread. And I should pull that out, and then let's fix this error, hey? Yeah, and you see I've just put an old blanket over the whole bike just to stop swarf going everywhere. Once this hole's drilled, I can start pulling the front end part and getting all sorted. You can see why I put the blanket over the bike, and I don't want to put any painted stuff on it, there's swarf everywhere. So I managed to get all the attempts at fixing this frame up here out, and I've got the hole pretty much centered now. So what I've done is I've taken an old snap bar end. It's already got the 6mm thread in there, and while completely not in the center because there's just a bar end, I've machined it down. You can see it's a little bit off center, which gives me an ability, and I'm machining it down to about 9mm, put some grooves in it, worked it out. So I'm going to pop this in here, right? It's a bit loose at the moment, but once I put a bit of Devcon in there and pop it in, and I can actually turn this around so the thread's perfect where it should be, let that set, and then just grind the top away. So I'll do that. I can clean this mess up and get more threads fixed. Yeah, I've got that plug set in now with the 6mm bolt, and I've used just a flat flange washer. So hopefully my plan is I'll let it set for a bit, and I can undo that washer, and then I'll be able to shape that around so it looks like it hasn't been touched, or much better than what it was. Ain't perfect, but I'm not a machinist. I reckon it's pretty good. Got to show the label I'm using too. It's pretty impressive. This old duck out. That's what I made the bit on. It's like a 1912, and it's used to run a belt from here to the ceiling, but now it's got like a 1950s washing machine motor on the back here. Yeah, look, for what I do, it's perfect. Like I said, I'm not a machinist. All right, that's looking much better now. So it's funny because when you look at the thread, it looks like it's not centered, but because that hole, I'll have to show you or something. Oh, my goodness. Did myself an injury this week, so I'm just on light duties. So yeah, you can see there's not much material between here and there, and that makes it look like it's off-centered, but yeah, it's a bit of an illusion, but the bolt here is centered to the actual frame because the original hole was slightly off when they drilled it. So now this is center, so when the tank goes on, I've just put a little bit of Devcon around there just to make it look a bit better. And look, there you go, after repair, that's much better, if that's a word. So it's more central to the front tank mount. So yeah, my painter's on his way over now, so he'll take the tank with him. Still waiting for my stickers, Di. Yeah, stickers. I'll chase her up. Got the headers mounted on the CBR for Sam with new gaskets, of course. So they actually are Aussie headers with the balance pipe that just happen to be on this bike, and they're good shape, so leave them alone. Come up so good, how they're powder coated. So the interesting thing, I use this plate, I bolt this plate up to the headers, and that just holds the little flanges from falling down, make it easier for the guys blasting and powder coating. When I took that off, all this was sitting in the pipes. So all this stuff, all this curly one, all this stuff here, all this carbon, right, it's all come out of here in this part here. So it was a bit of a win-win. So when they powder coated it and they cooked it, it's cooked all the carbon off the inside of it. So there you go. So the next step is I'm going to pull this front end apart. I wish I could, you could feel this. This is so notchy, but it was getting used head step bearings anyway. So dropping the wheel, guard, forks, going to drop this front end. Going to clean this up, and while it's drying, I've actually got to work today. So this has been a very slow progress, this one. We're on Saturday, and I wanted to have at this stage by Monday, but I'm not sure if I've mentioned I hurt myself cleaning a MC22 tank, and so it's been a very slow progress. And thanks, Matt, for the lovely video when he video picture. I'll put it up here somewhere of me in a motorised scooter. Yeah, you'll keep, Matt. So yeah, we're going to pop this all out, take the bearings off this, clean it up, knock the bearing shells out of the frame. Another day, another dollar, as they say, back on this thing, which is great. So I've popped all this out. So just going to show these bearings quickly. So not sure, let's have a look. Yeah, so this is the bottom bearing. See those lines? They're actually grooves in the actual shell itself. So these normally happen from just constant impact over time, and they form a little dent, so always in that sort of neutral straight ahead position, and that's why you feel it, because as it goes in and out, that thing, you feel that notch in it. So that's your bottom one. So these aren't the standard bearings. Someone's already changed these and they've gone through it. And the top one wasn't much better either, which is unusual. So that's out. I've got the new shells to go in. While it's apart like this, you can see it's just easy access, so I will do the valve clearances, but before we do that, got all these alloy bits to blast. So once I've finished blasting on the alloy stuff, here's the rear master cylinder. Even though it's cleaned up really well, I'll give this a quick blast with the glass bead just to get that real shine back to it. And obviously, the brake lever and the pegs and all that. So the thing I was going to show you, where's this one? Right, so this is, I've got to straighten up these resets. So I'll show you. On the back there, can you see that wear there? There's a bit of a, oh, those are my stomach or something. So that's actually from the chain. So where this bolts here onto the frame like this, so when you crash and you crash and you crash, like these things have been crashed, after a while, instead of that sitting, it actually should be sitting, all right? It should be sitting roughly there. So as they get bent, see it gets close, and so the back of that is rubbing on the chain. And then you'll get another mark here on the swing arm from the heel guards, because once the heel guard's bolted on there, you can see it rubs there. So where they bend in here. So I will go give these a bit of a press up, straighten them up, blast these. So I've got the rear sets all. Where are you going? This camera just started turning by itself then. So what I've done is I've put some heat around here, and then I've got the press, so the press will sit. And I don't want to show you because I don't want you guys to keep trying this stuff, because it is a hit and miss, and I don't want people going, oh, I'll try to straighten the rear sets like you did and snap the Yomi rear set. Don't try to straighten your own rear sets. I'm just showing you what they should be like. Get someone professional to do it. I'm semi-professional, so that's okay. So when I put a rule against here, see how now that where the foot peg and gear lever bolts to, now it's pretty much parallel to that now. Before it was right in, remember it was right in there before, and then when I bolt on a heel guard, it's going to be nice and clear of this part here now. So that's the gear lever side. So I'm going to hang up the tools from here. So all these parts have been blasted. So that's the rear brake pedal, and that's a gear lever. There's a front caliper brackets there, the little blue bungs in it. There's that rear master cylinder coming up. Foot peg and other bits and pieces. I forgot to do the rear axle. It's all right, I can wire brush them. So everything's ready to go back together, and I've just changed the grit in the cabinet, so I've blasted that, the bottom triple clamp, so they'll come up like brand new. So once this is dry, give this a day or so to dry, I'll compress this bearing on, set all this back up again, and I can start putting the front end on. So I'm going to say ciao for now, because unfortunately the old Baccarooni's giving me a bit of grief, so I'll hang this up. If you guys haven't noticed it, I'll swap it around again. Give me a look. Yes, I use these battery terminal things. I made this one anyway. It's just a hook. I'll show it. Yeah, that's just 6mm thread I got, and I just bent a hook on it. So you got your two 6mm nuts in it. A lot of these brackets in the CBRs are 6mm, so I just use that to hook my parts up. Well, that's it for me, guys, for this episode of Sam's bike. Nothing too exciting, but monumental anyway. It's enough for me. Man, I tell you, last week or so has been a struggle. Normally this sort of stuff, what's been done today in this episode, it'd be 3 to 4 hours tops, and it's just taking me 4 days, because it's just the pain at the moment. But you just got to do it. For you. All I think about now is one little bit extra gets me further towards the goal, towards Sam's having his bike on the road, and that bench cleared again. So while that paint is drying, I'll have a rest now, then I might come back and rebuild the forks. Might be part of a video, who knows. If not, guys, it's see you later from me. Yeah, thanks for sharing and liking and helping the channel grow. Cheers, see yous.